My name is Harry. I'm from London.
Meghan Markle here.
Today is January 15, 2024. It is 3:59 a.m. 4 a.m. This is video number 2. So in this video I'll be focusing on about 7 tweets. Denmark Award, Queen Elizabeth II and James O'Brien. Okay, so let's get started. This is my back end, 3,706 subscribers. New subscribers welcome. My estimate 225.39. My analytic, there's that here. Okay, 225.39. 2,232 views in the last 48 hours, and there's a subscription. So let's go on Twitter. All right, so now on Sunday the Queen of Denmark stepped down, and this is her son who took over. Now his son, the oldest, is become the crown prince. If anything happened to him, he will be the one who takes over. Okay, so let's see here. The woman, oh, let me go find something. Okay, while I was talking and I thought about something that I posted on my community board and I took screenshot of, I went to look for it, I can't find it, so I had to search for it again. So let's get going here. The woman who knew exactly when her time was up. Okay, so there she is here, the queen who's leaving, and then there's her son here, and this is his son. Okay, I wonder if she would have done this if those pictures had not come out with her son and his alleged mistress. Okay, to be honest, I think she only waited for her grandson's 18th birthday. That's why, maybe she, that's why, because I did talk about it in one of my videos. There was a gala that was going on, and they invite the other royals from the UK. So that's that. I could agree with that as well, and all of them come intertwined. Okay, both of them could be true. Both of these comments will be true. But before, I should have what I went to search for, I should have go over it. Where is it? This one. Okay, Frederick X. Denmark's Prime Minister proclaimed Frederick X as king on Sunday after his mother, Queen Margaret II, formally signed her abdication, with massive crowds turning out to rejoice in the throne passing from a beloved monarch to her popular son. Okay, so there's that here. So let's see here. He's made news before. Not only the mistress thing, but the pictures that came out and some other things he's done. So I've become to be aware of him. Okay, I don't know too much about him, but I'm aware of him in the past couple years since Harry and Meghan been together. Frederick X is king of Denmark. He acceded to the throne following his mother's abdication on 14 January 2024. Frederick is the eldest son of Queen Margaret II and Prince and Prince Henrik. Wikipedia. Okay, so he was born May 26, 1968. He's 55. Okay, date knighted 1993. I don't know anything about this. Depots data, there's all of this. January 13, 2024, and there's more. You could go on Wikipedia, but this part is the one that I wanted to share. All right, when on Sunday the Prime Minister proclaim him as the king. So there's some articles regarding them here. Okay, Margaret II, wow, they just call her Margaret like that now. Okay, is a member of the British royal family. I'm saying British. I'm so used to saying British. Margaret is the member of the Danish royal family whose reign as Queen of Denmark from 1972 until her abdication in 2024, having reigned for 52 years. So there's a whole bunch of articles about her. All right, so there's this here regarding people. I guess that's where they were what do you call this, signing the thing. Let's see here. I'll leave the link since I click on it. Okay, so that was the date that they did it. So there's, wow, everybody's smiling. You know, she leave it in a good hand. I'm wondering, knowing your daily life every day, because it was hard for me the day I didn't work. The day after, it was kind of eerie. What do I do next? What can I do next? And things like that. So I'm wondering what her next day will be, because now all those people who used to attend to her, even though she will still have, but the business aspect, the running the monarch and all of that, these things, you know, her mind will be free. Now her son is gonna have to do it. I hope this one is already in the news already. That's all I'm saying. Okay, so I'm not even gonna read this. Oh, let's look at some pictures. This is very interesting, and this is the one that got me here. And there's a picture of him, and there they are here. Oh, the queen didn't show up anymore. Wow, this is very interesting. The grandma, the former queen, didn't show up at the balcony. Wow. I like that, even though I'm not for monarchy or anything like that, but the way they did it in a respectable way, I think this is pretty good. I'm sorry, as I'm looking behind here, the whatever, the balcony, it seems like the palace or whatever house that they have here, palace, need a power wash. It needs to be clean. Okay. Oh, so they did that. It's very simple. They didn't do all this crazy thing like the UK did. There's a lot of people who showed up. Like I said, I'll leave the link in the description. I'm not reading anything. I'm just going by the picture. So there's that here. I'll read it on my own. And there they are. So some of the squad are saying, you know, it's because he was doing his thing on the side and the queen wanted them to be together. Don't want to, you know, leave in a bad taste on people's mouth, because they know that, what is it? When the people, you don't want to get the people upset. That's the main thing here. So I believe this is his brother, where the queen had removed his kid's title or something like that after the Queen of England died. Let's see, what does this say? I'm not gonna click on that. Prince Joachim of Denmark to attend mom's Margaret abdication solo after she stripped his kid's title. There's that here. Oh, he's not bringing the kids. Wow. Well, the son could reinstate it. I don't think he wants to touch that. He doesn't want to bring other nonsense, not nonsense, but drama, I would say. So there's more here. Okay, so I'm done with that. I didn't read anything. I just look at the pictures. So the link of the People magazine will be in the description, okay, if you want to read it. Maybe I'll archive it just in case. All right, so let's read some of the comment. A true leader knows when it's time to move on. Wow, that pic speaks volume. That's what I was saying. This picture here, you see she's exiting. Now there's the new king here, and then there's the son looking at the father. All right, so that's that. Okay, I like that Queen Margaret II did this. I understand it being an honor in her life's work to serve her people, but I think 52 years is a good long time. A rest is well deserved, and if any issues should arise where her son will like her counsel, she's available for that. The Queen of England, on the other hand, knew her son was going to be a Talbot king, so she hung on for dear life. I'll go into that. There's 3 comments. Let me read bottom up. This is called bowing out gracefully, how a queen, real queen, does it. Okay, she left in style. I think so too. Power change without death, and that's right, without death, and many Danes are happy about this. Love the picture, class and emotional for the king's mother. She was confident in her successor, the other one wasn't. That's true too. Okay, the Queen of England, and on the other hand, so that's the one I say I want to go into. The I agree, she knew Charles was a loser. Prince Philip knew it too. But who should we blame for that? Okay, she should have a say when the kid was being raised, but they left it for the courtiers to mold him into what they want for them. So this is what they got. That part. This. Okay. So let's go to the next tweet. Oh my God. I spent too much time on that. Okay. So next tweet. Okay. Hard to look at the photos coming out of Denmark today and not think this is how a 21st century monarch does it. Okay, or compare this relatively simple ceremony with the monstrosity out of the UK last year. He's been waiting for it his entire life, so But anyway, yes, this should be a standard in all monarchies with heirs who have been waiting for decades. It's now a job like any other and people should be able to retire from it. Yeah. Let's see here. Now compare the boots to each country's economies. That's another point too. The UK is not doing too well in terms of the economy. The people are suffering. That huge thing that went on was unnecessary. All right. Yes. Okay, I read that already. Yep, I was thinking about Kate's tacky and expensive floral headdress when I saw that the two Danish princesses wore coats and earrings borrowed from their mother for the ceremony today. Yes, what a breath of fresh air and modernity. No silly little hats or heavy capes, the balcony gray. I mean, I think they learn from what happened in the UK. Alright? I mean, they're not blind. They saw what was going on, the shenanigans, and especially the now queen of Denmark over there, the Australian born, okay, how they treated her. So she, on the other hand, has respect for her daughter-in-law. I think, I don't know what's going on in the background, but at least in public, it seems, okay, we have to put this in asterisk. It seems like she has respect for her. So she saw the shenanigan that was going on. So they made sure not to repeat that. Okay, and I'm sure they're on social media as well. They see what's going on and they could compare with the Netherlands king as well too. All right, you just don't want to get the people angry. Once you have the people behind you, you should be okay. It doesn't matter what the tableau write. The people is behind you, you'll be okay. Very hard. I bypass, as I did with Chuck on Facebook. Many suggest friends are Charles and Camilla Wank, and I go out of my way to delete and say to myself, piss off, don't want to see them on my timeline. Nothing against Mary though, just not interesting. That's fine. Like I said, I'm not for monarchy or anything like that, but if this is what's there and this is how they do it, you know, you have to give kudos where it's needed. Okay, me think that monstrosity the Brits pile on will be the last. Really won't get the same treatment. I don't know. You'll be surprised. The Brits, I don't know. Okay, I really don't know what to say because the people gobble it everything up. They talk hard, but when time comes, they go back online. Next tweet. I'm sorry for the good Brits as well, but I've seen the pattern of things. Sorry to say. Next tweet. I never paid much to Taylor Swift before, but the fact that so many MAGA types seem to hate her makes me like her. What is it? Part of the docuseries she has on, where did I see it? Was it on Netflix or someplace else? Where she was talking to the father how she's not gonna be voting for Trump and all the, you know, give her explanation. So I had respect for her. I've heard her music, but I'm not one of those, let's say, her music is not on my workout playlist. That's pretty much when I have the time to listen to music. But I've heard some of her songs before. But I'm stuck in the 80s, so forgive me, okay? I'm stuck in the 80s music and some 90s, so forgive me. This is not to say her song is not that good. A couple times I've heard her song, I you know, shake my head to the beat and everything. But I'm stuck in the 80s, okay? That's my excuse. But her common sense, her things to what's going on, politics and all of that, they're pretty much aligned with me to a certain extent. All right, let's read some of the comments here. Also, you know that Taylor loaned Harry and Meghan her security team early on to help them. I did not know that. Okay, when Harry and Meghan never mentioned it. All right, so there's that here. Yep, early on, I will go find the article. So there's that here. Taylor Swift gave up bodyguards to Prince Harry and Meghan on New York tour. Tuesday, 28 September 2021. So that's when they went to the Vax Live. I mentioned the Vax Live on my previous video where I had issues with my husband. I was so upset with him. We were supposed to go camping and I told him to go by himself with the kids. So I had a good time sharing some of the tweets on the Vax Live. So during that time, it was her security. I wasn't aware of that. Okay, see, she would have been a better princess than Peggy's wife. I bet she would have been by Meg's side if they were in that family together. That was nice of Taylor. I hope she meets them and meets Lilibet and Archie. The thing is that I don't think the same vibe here. This is the thing with William. When he sees something, he wants it. Once he gets it, he doesn't appreciate it. So he got what he deserved. That's all. Okay. All the women he asked out who refused and all that, they know. Okay. I don't think it would have been, but knowing his personality, will try to damn down Taylor when she's a pop star. Can you imagine her being with him? Everywhere she go, or should I say everywhere they go, if they were to be together, all the spotlight will be on her. How do you think William will be? Alright, so that would have been another Diana in the making. So yeah, it's no, it wasn't gonna work, fortunately. Okay, good songwriter who's been doing her thing with a guitar since she was a kid and made fun of. Love her. She bonuses her team 6-figure at a time, loan her jet to friends, and register voters. Yeah, I mean, this part about her workers and all that, I didn't know, but I've heard some other good things about her. Right. I realized a couple of weeks ago, besides the MAGAs and general misogyny, people were hating on her at KC Games. I think Kansas City Chiefs, that's the football team. I like her, though not a Swiftie, and it hurts when you see her cheering against your team. I told someone it was worse than seeing Heavy in the LA locker room after we lost to SB to them. Super Bowl. Yeah, she must be a really football fan. I could understand her. She's like a sports fan. What was it when I believe it was the Red Sox who went to the UK? Heavy was Megan in the locker room too? I think so too. And one of the players were distant cousin of Megan, right? And I remember because in the East Coast, the two rivalries in terms of baseball is the Red Sox and the Yankees. So I was like, I was showing my my fan of the Yankees into that post. I was like, nah, I was just joking, So this is the sense that I'm getting with her post here. Taylor is my girl. She really is one of the good ones. She stood up against Trump when her own team was telling her not to get involved, but she stood her ground and she informed all of her listeners too. That's why MAGA hates her. Yeah, exactly. Yep. Okay, after these three, that's it. Let me read bottom up. I was only a casual fan before Eras. The woman is amazing and I love how she supports other women. Great role model for her young girl fans like my daughter. Also, Daily Mail are added trying to throw all sort of ridiculous made up articles about her and her boyfriend and send their paps to stalk him at his home. He's had to move house to a gated community, but they still stalk them while driving and her at the airport. So sickening. My goodness, this has to stop. This has to stop. They hate her for making her contempt for the GOP obvious and for paying her people a proper salary. They also hate her for encouraging people, especially young people, to vote. The last thing Republicans want is large voter turnout and votes from young and new voters. Exactly. Okay, we know what's up. Right? This is, everybody is doing their part. This is what's good with the US. As much of the nonsense, people who live outside the US, as much of the nonsense you hear, like Harry said, our government, our, who represent us is showing full BS to the world stage, right? But the little people in the US, same thing with the UK as well, but because the amplify of the BS overshadowed the little people, you don't get to hear them. I'm talking about the UK and the US too. But Taylor Swift, she's doing her part to help sustain democracy. Other people's doing their part. This is why I said you don't have, not everybody's into protesting, even though if it is your thing, feel free to do it. This is what the country is, and this is why they're trying to remove these rights away from you. If protesting is your thing, that's for you to do. I'm not a protest type of a person. I can't stand being in a you know, crowd and, you know, screaming and all of that. That's not me. Okay, but wherever I can, go vote. If I'm talking to you, and YouTube know exactly why all of my channel is all about, and this is why they keep on removing not removing, let's just say readjusting their guideline. I think they watch my videos and see what I'm talking about that they didn't think they will put in their guideline, and then they add it, and then for them to strike me out. A couple times I've seen this happening. It's very hard to say it, to pinpoint all of this, but it's small little thing. They wiggle themselves. I talk about it. It was at that time I felt like it was okay because it wasn't part of their guideline. Usually they will remove it the minute you put it, but it wasn't part of their guideline. But now that they see people are listening, people are subscribing to my channels, I'm not talking about things that they want us to focus about, the noise, the nonsense. So they adjust their guideline, and then, you know, trying to shut people down. So this is why I really encourage you to not now. I will let you know when I'm fully ready, because it's just recently, sorry, I'm sidetracking now completely. It's just recently, it hasn't happened yet, but tomorrow they're gonna change their guideline, January 16. Today is January 15. So I'm on the verge of readjusting my Patreon. Okay, there's some videos I removed that's worth noting, and there's more videos I wish to share with you that worth to know. So my Patreon was just there for the sake of being there, so people will know I'm on Patreon. So when something happened on YouTube, that's where you will find me. But now there's an urgency. Now I'm taking Patreon slightly a little bit more serious now because of this. Okay, let me read it. I read it on my last video. Okay, on January 16, tomorrow, we'll begin striking content that realistically simulates deceased minors or victims of deadly or well-documented major violent event describing their death or violence experience. Okay, this part only make it very tricky. There's some stuff I remove, even though it's not about what do you call this, war or anything like that, because I talk about the Middle East and stuff in some of my videos. But the thing is, they will find a way, okay, to remove what I'm saying to you in some shape or form. So I will be putting some of them on Patreon, and I will reduce some of the prices. There will be $1.99, whichever you could afford, but everything that I put, everybody will be seeing it. This is what I was trying to do on YouTube. This is why I didn't take Patreon that serious, because everything I wanted to share with you will be on YouTube. But now YouTube saying, okay, you want to share everything for free, so we're gonna limit you. So because of that, I'm gonna be putting some on Patreon. There will be some prices, even though I will still follow Patreon guidelines. Okay, there will be, saying this now, they're probably gonna give a heads up for Patreon to modify their thing too, but we'll find a way. Right now what I have is $5, $10, and $50. Is just these three are options. So what I'm gonna add now is a cheaper option, which is, what is it, what did I say, $1 or $1.99. Okay, whichever you could afford, but everything that I put on Patreon, you will see it. Okay, so let's get back to it. Let's finish with this because I have a lot more to share with you. Okay, after this, that's it. Let's read bottom up. I don't know any of her song, but I'm okay, I think I read some of these, plus her love her kiddies. Okay, I don't know any of her song, but I'm aware of her amazing philanthropy and charity work. I also see the misogynistic attack on her and unnecessary hateful rhetoric from incels and hideous blokes who can only pull trolls, so I'm happy to defend her. Plus, she loves her kiddies. Okay, I was only a casual fan before Eras. The woman is amazing, and I love how she supports other women. Great role model for her young girl fans like my daughter. Okay, so I read these, so let's go to the next tweet. Now we're moving to Harry's award. For those who are new, I have a charity channel. Oops, what happened here? I have a charity channel where I had put a video about Harry's award that he's about to receive. So once he received the award, some of the tweets that will come out, if there's images or videos, they will be on that channel. Okay, maybe later on when the squad start joking, throwing their shades or whatever, then I'll come here and put those videos here. But the award tweets and all of that, the honoring, the aviation, was it Living Legend of Aviation, will be on our part of Pure Service. So subscribe there. Alright, next tweet. Prince Harry is a true hero. Prince Harry is a legend. Love and admire this man. I'll play this again. I had it on my other channel, but for the sake of this video, there will be screenshots, okay?
The guest of honor, looking more than a little nervous ahead of what one royal official called the most serious speech of Prince Harry's life. A high-powered Washington audience had come to see him honored for his work with those injured in combat. The award was presented by General Colin Powell, a world-renowned soldier and statesman.
Well, this isn't daunting at all.
That was the only laugh. This was a serious, heartfelt speech in which the 27-year-old army captain spelt out society's duty to its wounded soldiers.
British and American forces train together, they fight together, and tragically some are wounded and some die together.
Okay, that alone is pretty much why. I mean, it's not, but the fact that they fought together, they were on the same team on the battlefield, this is why the US is taking him as one of their own. Okay, never leave a man behind. What the UK did to Harry was a huge mistake, but the US adapt him, especially the military people.
It is after the guns have fallen silent, the din of battle quietened, that the real fight begins. A fight that may last for the rest of their lives.
This prestigious award reflects just how popular the younger generation of British royals have become here in America.
And the UK did not take advantage of that. Instead, they trash him. Okay, but the US, they have that motto saying, "We'll never forget." So they remember what Harry stood for.
But Prince Harry is really here as a symbol of something much deeper, a decade of shared struggle and cost on the battlefield. He has, of course, served in Afghanistan and fundraised with veterans who've overcome horrific injuries. Here, a group trekking to the North Pole. In Washington, the Prince met British and American soldiers who've recently competed in the Warrior Games, a Paralympic-style event for personnel with serious injuries.
To have someone as famous as he is and as high up as he is to add his support and show his support publicly for these guys really raises the general public awareness. The public opinion of servicemen and injured servicemen has just gone through the roof.
This was then a rather different Prince Harry, composed, diplomatic and warmly received.
Thank you very much.
Steve Kingston, BBC News, Washington.
Okay, so the UK who's screaming foul left and right, they need to go back to some of their videos like this one. Okay, Harry has always represented the UK with high regard, with honor, with dignity, but the rest of the royal family, Okay, so there's this here. Why? And there's my comment here. Because of his merit, he deserves it, qualify for it, earned it, work for it. And the USA, if you work hard for what you want, we recognize your effort and your accomplishment. Harry did not ask for it. The organization has eyes and ears to verify themselves who deserves. Oh, did I have more? Who deserve that award. Okay, so that was my comment, and that was that. Oh, there's 4 more in there. Oh, I can't see it. Okay, so let's go to the next tweet. Why? My goodness, the guy risked his life. And the thing is that some of the thing he did, he really did not have to. He fall. Okay, he fall under almost the same category of was this serviceman who was a football player. I forgot his name, but I have his picture somewhere because I usually talk about him when it's time to defend democracy in the US. Okay, during 9/11, he, you know, making it to the NFL, that's football, American football, it's a huge thing. He had the skills, he had the money. He really did not have to join the military. But after 9/11, he left all of this behind. and join, and he didn't make it back. So Harry really did not have to do anything, any of the thing that he did, because he was well off. No, knowing what we know now, how his family was treating him in the background is a different story. But in the surface, he had a roof over his head, he could eat, even though he had to budget his money to buy clothes or whatever, but he had it. It was better than most people. He really did not have to do any of this. But he did, and he did it well. So we must recognize it. But the people, and the worst thing is, I don't know if it's the worst or whatever, he risked his life. This is what I'm saying. He really did not have to. His family ratted him out where he was the first time he did his tour. They had to pull him back. So in order for him to go back again, because this is what he wanted to do, so he had to learn a new trade. And this is where this coming into play. If they had just leave him alone, let him do his thing, all of those recognition that he's receiving will never have happened, because he would have been in a comfort zone. But they push him. They push him to do a lot of things. All right, so let's listen to this here. It's almost like what is it? Tyler Perry said, when a door is closed and another one open.
And I don't care how many doors slam, because what I found about doors closing and all this other stuff, not a lot of times that's not a bad thing, because what happened in my life is, as these doors were closing, I was forced to go in another direction. I had to go right, I had to go left, and it's like being in a maze and you run into a brick wall. It's like, no, I was supposed to go this way. No, there's another way out. You just have to find it and keep pushing and pressing. So all you need is that one yes. One yes.
All right, so they told him, no, you cannot go back. He was like, okay, so what can I do to get back? You have to learn something different. He learned to fly Apache helicopter, and he did it so well. That's the motivation for him, because he really wanted to go. If it was something they force upon him, most likely he will not do well. But he wanted to, okay? And that was his motivation to do so well, better than most. And they let us know about that, okay? That he did pretty well on the exam. All right, and then his brother, trying to undermine him, okay, went in and did not give him the recognition that he deserved. And this is the stupidity of the UK royal family, okay? You have Harry, who pretty much has the military, who I will say most, because there's some who spoke against him. Pretty much the majority of the military veterans and people who serve respect Harry, not only as a soldier, but the things he went out of his way to do for them. So that they respect him for that. Now, you have the royal family, you have the father, and you have the brother, who pretty much gonna be, you know, there's the father who's the king now, and then the brother who eventually, if the father dies or doesn't abdicate, he'll be the next in line. You would have thought they will try to, at least to the bare minimum, respect Harry, show compassion in some shape or form, because the military is very huge. Okay, when you have the military behind you, that's something. But you have the brother who's helping the military, and then you disrespecting him, spitting on him. Technically, what they're doing is like spitting on him, sending all these people to talk negative about him, and then for the brother to go out of his way to not recognize the work that his brother did. So the military, I think I'm not them, but I think they see it. I don't think the military in the UK really see William as that kind of a person to be admired or to be respected. So if he could do that to his brother, what do you think he will do to them? Okay, so that's a sidetrack. All right, let's next tweet. Okay, there's 3 group of people the Living Legend of Aviation want to give this award to. All right, it's 2 minutes and 10 seconds. That's a TikTok video, and I'll be putting screenshots. Okay, but listen,
Harry's not just getting this award because he is a well-known person and like a prince. He's getting it because of his work with the military and veterans. Seems to be 3 groups of people that the Living Legends of Aviation really wants to give awards to. CEOs of aviation corporations, airshow pilots, and people who have served in the Air Force. Celebrities seem to be pretty low on the list of people they actually want to give this award to. They've only given it to about a dozen people who are actors or directors who are just people who happen to fly. Whereas they've given this out to at least 35 service members, particularly people who served in the Air Force. Even the other HRH inductee, Prince Sultan bin Salam, was inducted because of his work with NASA and because he served in the Saudi Air Force. He was in combat in the Gulf War. He retired as a colonel. So many.
This is the thing. When it comes to some of those organizations, they try not to be political with their thing, because once you start being political of what you stand for, then your choices become very limited. So you have to be apolitical and focus on the core issue, the aviation aspect of it. Okay, if you look on my other channel, Our Part of Service, the video that I had regarding him going to receive the award, by the time you see this video in the future, it's before he received the award. Okay, there were some tweets talking about him. In that video, I believe I read what some of the qualification that is required for them to give the award. Okay, so go on that video and watch it. I'll put the link of it here and under description under this video, so you could go straight to it if you're not subscribed over there.
Of the military personnel that have been inducted into this organization are service members. They were just pilots, and they never really rose to a particularly high rank. They served in World War II or Vietnam or the Gulf War or a bunch of other conflicts. The ROTA is not only discounting and minimizing and basically like shitting on Harry's service, they are also doing that of all of these other service members.
That's the thing, the UK is not recognizing. Now, we already know the connection of things now, okay? If the institution had told the papers to stop with their nonsense, maybe they will stop. If there was some sort of punishment, but there's no punishment, so they continue it pretty much as much. It's not the royal family who's saying it, but the paper is a reflection of the royal family. Okay, we've seen it. The squad know it. Maybe new people who weren't paying attention to some of the things that's happening will not notice, but the people who have been paying attention will know the paper is the voice of the royal family in the UK. Okay, so it really showing a bad taste in people's mouth with the kind of nonsense that they're throwing.
Whether or not they've been inducted into this organization or not, the military trains people to be some of the best pilots in the world. It trains them to fly in extremely stressful conditions.
Okay, that needs to go with some of the derangers, comparing Harry with William, who there was no stress for him, meaning William, when he was doing his service thing here. Yeah, he fly a helicopter, that's great. Okay, this is a huge accomplishment. I'm not taking that away from him. But when they start inserting him into Harry's thing, there's the difference here. It's under great pressure, people shooting at you, and Harry literally said it. Wait, what was it? Was it Spare or Dacus? I think it's Spare, where he was like a freaking target over there when he's flying. So the people, his fellow service members who's on the ground, so they don't shoot at them on the ground, but instead of him. Okay, they don't recognize that. The people who's writing their BS about Harry, they forgot all about that. Oh my Lord.
To do something that is incredibly complicated and requires a lot of high-level thinking very quickly. Being an Air Force pilot is as good a reason as being CEO of an aerospace company to be able to sit in the Beverly Hilton Hotel and receive a little statue from John Travolta.
And the other thing that they say about who received the award is that they go beyond the military. Okay, so Harry have shown that over. Yeah, go to that other video. I have that in there. Okay, exactly. Oh, that was it. Only one comment. Okay, so let's go to the next tweet. Still about the award. Okay, so there's that. This has got to be one of the dumbest responses I've seen to Harry's award. I really question how people like, who's that? Okay, this person here. Function. You can't just get a helicopter last minute to fly into what I believe is probably protected airspace. These people are too dumb to function. Okay, what did she write here? As I have said before, if Harry could fly a helicopter, why can't he get to Baltimore on his own without chartering a plane? Has anyone seen him fly an aircraft? Oh my God. Has he even got a pilot license? Oh my Lord. William was on a whole plane and he didn't make it in time. Prince Harry would have been at the Queen's if he had been allowed to. I know my friend is a pilot, and when he needs to get quickly to Aldi for milk, he just fires up one of the Boeing he usually flies. I mean, like this comment said, in terms of airspace, I don't know how it works. I'm not a pilot. I think you have to give the how do they call these people who monitor the airspace a heads up when you're gonna fly, so they could keep an eye on, you know, with their thing to see where you at if God forbid something happens, so they could locate you. So you don't just get up and go like that, I think. Okay, I think you have to give the notice, and they have to mark you, and they have to give you altitude. That's what I think. You know what? Let's look it up. Now that I'm thinking on top of my head, let's think of it. Let me go search for it. Okay, so these are some of the things that came to mind here. The first question I wrote here: do pilots have to give notice before flying? What I was looking more of is in terms of clearance, altitude, how high can you go, because there could be thousands of airplane or different flying objects. There's helicopters, there's helicopters, plane, and other shuttle stuff, you know, flying. So they need to give you different height. Okay, within that's what I thought. Okay, this is what I was looking for, but let's read some of the things here. I have other ones to share with you. Okay, the question I wrote here: do pilots have to give notice before flying? There's one of this here. What are the rules for pilots before flying? Pilot must obtain a pilot's license, complete a minimum of 40 hours flight training, and obtain a medical certificate in order to fly an aircraft. Pilots are also required to obtain an annual flight review and comply with aircraft maintenance regulations. I think not too long ago, could have been 2 years ago, not last year, the year before, there was something that Harry had to do to maintain his license. I think he was gonna do some further either training just to keep up with his flying thing. So he had to do that. I remember reading it somewhere. I don't know if I shared that with you, but I remember reading something like that. Okay, what do pilots announce before takeoff? This I really don't care about that, but this is another one that I asked Google. Do pilots have to give notice air traffic controllers before flying? So this is here: pilot of departing aircraft should communicate with the controller tower on the appropriate ground control clearance. That's the part here: clearance, delivery frequency prior to starting engine to receive engine start time, taxi and or clearance information. There's another thing here: can a pilot ignore ATC? Okay, compliance with ATC, air traffic controller, clearance and instruction. When air traffic controller clearance has been obtained, no pilot in command may deviate from that clearance unless an amended clearance is obtained, an emergency exists, or the deviation is in response to a traffic alert and collision avoidance system resolution advisory. These people think you could just, like, you get in your car and you just drive away. It's not the same. Alright, so this is another one that I ask here: do air traffic controller need to give clearance? This is where I'm starting to get a little bit more specific with Google, but all the other ones that popped up were very important to share with you. Alright, clearance to pilots. Approach and departure controllers ensure aircraft are traveling within an airport's airspace. There's the thing here: maintain minimum separation. There's all these things here for safety. All right, there's different altitude. I mean, you could just imagine. I'm not a pilot. You could just imagine that they have to give you different altitude where you could travel, where you could fly, because there's other plane over there. Once you're in the air from distance, you don't know the height difference. Only yours you know, but do you know the one that's coming in front of you or sideways, okay, is in the same height as you? There's a lot of accident that almost happen due to different height kind of thing here. Okay, these controllers give pilot clearances to enter control airspace and hand off control of aircraft to en route controllers. All right, so there's more, but this is the thing that I was looking for. All right, so let's go back. All right, so these people think you could just get onto any. I don't know how it is in other countries, but in a civilized world, the US, probably the UK too, and other countries, the air traffic controller is there for a reason. Okay, I know. Okay, so that's the one that was making fun of it. And she said to charter a plane, he doesn't have a certification to fly an airplane. He flies a military helicopter. Someone needs to tell her a plane and a helicopter aren't the same. All right, a better question would be why William did not include Harry in his aircraft, which had plenty of empty seats. William get what William wants. So this is someone who care about global warming and all of that. We know it's BS, but you know that should play a role into the BS is playing and the people in the UK. Okay, nobody can just hop into a helicopter, even if you can find one just flying around and fly it. You need, there it is here. If I knew this was there, you need permission to fly it anywhere and everywhere. That's it. Okay, a helicopter all the way to Scotland. Okay, I don't know the distance of this, but okay. Yeah, because a military helicopter and flying a plane are exactly the same thing. Plus, those are available in a rental center. All right, they all brainless twats. All right. I mean, they so focused on hating, but they not looking in the common sense of the thing that they're writing. Let's go to the next tweet. Okay, I'm almost an hour. So there's that. Let me pause. Prince Harry getting the Living Legend Award is a hard smack in the face of the firm. There's a laugh. Sandhurst, there's a laugh. Throwing tantrums. Prince William, there's a laugh. The British media, there's a laugh. The S4E. And what's it? And they're the Rangers. Living Legend Prince Harry with sound effect by me. There's that here. The British media, Murdoch, Living Legend of Aviation, Sandhurst. Because of the smack, there's Homer. Okay, spamming squad is post. Before you black them, there's that here. Take a look at the account. If your account post is spamming, hide their post, comment, and then black. Right, another one. I'll come back to that. Okay, so I already liked it, so I'll come back to it. Alright, so that's that. Let's go to the next tweet regarding the award as well. Okay. Get ready to witness history as Prince Harry takes the aviation world by storm. Find out why he's said to be crowned a living legend of aviation. And this can be Miss article. Alright, so there's that here. Okay. I don't know who would it. Love it. Show one video of him flying anything. I mean, there's plenty of other videos. I'll go into that to see if somebody posted. On my other channel, the video that I have of him, yeah, they show it in the US flying it. Let's go. Our living legend of aviation, Prince Harry, living legend, Diana's heir. Nice article and why he deserves to be called a living legend of aviation. Our hero Harry has become a legend on his own merit. That's right. Okay, great article. Congratulations, Prince Harry, and everyone else to be inducted. Nice and factual article. Congratulations, Prince Harry. So let me click on it to give you that link. Okay. Okay, simply flying. Okay, so there's that here. I'll leave the link for you. So there's a picture of him flying. Alright, so it's not a long read, but I'm almost an hour. I need to move on. And it's 4:54. Oh my goodness. Alright, next tweet. Alright, so there's that here. If it's absurd for Harry to earn an award, someone who did 2 tours of Afghanistan and founded the Invictus game, then surely it must be absurd for these warriors to have never gone to war to have any medals on them. This one, oh my goodness, he couldn't even stand the training. He left, but she pointed to the button. Let me just leave that alone. Harry and Meghan have become like Idi Amin with his chest full of spurious medals. Oh, what? Harry and anyway, never mind. Medals are giving for more than just fighting. Okay, well, let's see what kind of a fake advanced military ranking and medals King Charles III will be giving out to family members during his reign. Okay, that should make the real British military personnel very happy. Okay, monarchists complaining about someone receiving unearned privileges is a self-own. British establishment is built on unearned accolade. The rule only applied to Harry and Meghan. Only Harry and Meghan can't hold hands in public. Only Harry and Meghan can do sit-down interviews. Only Harry and Meghan aren't allowed to be part-time, etc. You get it, right? Okay, what did Prince Edward do? He is full of awards. Oh my goodness. What is it? Ardent Production. Oh my god. He had millions to start it and then left with, I think, in 2 figures once they shut it down. Alright, next tweet. Go on PYTE. Ardent Production is like one of my very first videos. I don't know. Lately, I've removed some videos. I don't know. At some point, I will put them on Patreon. But there's some videos I remove. I list them on someplace. So hopefully, I have time to put them back on Patreon. Next tweet. In case you wonder why Harry is a living legend and William is a living disaster. I saw this, just the caption itself. I put it on my computer, but without reading anything else. A living disaster. Prince Harry, a living legend. Let's see here. Exclusive under fire with Harry the hero. American officer who fought the Taliban with the prince tell Daily Mail TV how he was cool as a cucumber as missile rained down. Okay, so I was mentioning something like this where in this video where Harry was pretty much like a target when he was serving in the military, because there were his servicemen on the ground where the Taliban were shooting at them, his service member, but he had to deter them in the helicopter and all of that. Okay, he was like a bullseye kind of thing, a squirrel to distract the other one. Okay, so let's read there. Daily Mail TV. Okay, let's start all over. Under fire with Harry the hero. American officer who fought the Taliban with the prince tells Daily Mail TV how he was cool as a cucumber as missiles rained down and refused to use his royal title. Colonel William Connor served alongside Prince Harry on the front line in Afghanistan in 2007 and 2008 when the royal served as a British cavalry officer. The South Carolina National Guardsmen ran for cover with Harry and also shared a Christmas dinner with him in a mess hall a few hundred yards from enemy lines. Colonel Connor said Harry, who was 24 years old at the time, expect no special treatment when he served in the Helmand province. Look at that. I didn't even know about this, and this is Daily Mail. When was that? 2022, I think. I'll zoom in on this corner here when I'm oh, so that's the archive version. So when the squad come across it, they archive it really quickly. I have to look for it. All right. Well, there's the screenshot, so that's good enough. Okay. Colonel Connor said Harry, who was 24 years old at the time, expected no special treatment when he served in the Helmand province. The Army Ranger veteran said, quote, Harry was in the thick of the fighting. He cast aside, came down range, got shot at, put his life on line, and led by example. Colonel Connor added, clearly he was willing to die. He could, knowing what he was going through in the UK, because he didn't give a F. Okay, clearly he was willing to die. He could have been in a safer position. He was not Prince Harry. He was just Harry. The prince deployment ended suddenly and dramatically when his cover was blown and news of his. Okay, so if I find the archive link, I'll share it with you. Once the squad find this is the archive date. I'll see if I could find the date when Daily Mail wrote it, but because by then, before Harry married, he was cool with them, but now that he married a biracial, so that's a different story. So they would have come and edit this and change it completely. Oh, so there's more. Oh, there's William version here. Prince William in trouble after losing gun. Prince William has been handed a severe dressing down by senior officers at Sandhurst after losing his gun during firing practice. The 24-year-old, I think that's the same age, 24, they mentioned here. And Harry, what age did they say here? Yeah, who was 24, same age. What a coincidence. Colonel Connor said Harry, who was 24 years old at the time. And then there's William here, same age at the time. Okay? Doing stupid things. Okay? The 24-year-old royal mislaid the powerful machine gun on Friday morning. It is one of the most embarrassing errors a soldier can be guilty of. What is it? I'm not a soldier, never been in the military. In the position like this, your gun and you should be one. You cannot live without it. The incident will have serious consequences for the prince, who until now has proved a model cadet and is just weeks away from passing out of the Royal Military Academy near Camberley, Surrey. Also, Prince Andrew gets to grips with his grave roots. Okay, that's that. He is said to be in line for the prestigious Sword of Honor. Wow! And he did that, and he's gonna get the honor for it? No wonder why he doesn't know how to stop his stupidity, because he keep on getting award for stupidity. Okay, awarded to be the most outstanding student of each intake. How is that when he just demonstrated that? But losing his gun is a serious black mark on his record. William was so concerned that he bowed. Oh my God, and he let the other take the blame. Oh, so that's why. Oh my Lord. There are receipts ad infinitum, so it's endless, hard copies and online, including living witnesses who trained with both princes. Both princes can fly. Kudos to them. With Judas needs to gain the respect of the British and world by staying in his lane. He has a geography degree, can fly and rescue, etc. Okay, so what? Oh shit! I didn't know it was that long. Okay, except.
It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness and please come back.
As you saw me find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life.
Go get
are all in this together. And if I may speak personally, we are all in this together. Because asking for help was one of the best decisions that I ever made. You will be continually amazed how life changes for the better.